Hey guys, Brian Klock, Karlee Cobb, talking Indians today. A lot of people don't know that in 13, Indian asked me to be part of their aftermarket advisory board when Polaris actually bought Indian Motorcycle. So we made our first comeback in 14, came out with a few models, and then came the Scout.
My favorite.
Yeah, that was kind of the downfall for you, really.
Mm-hmm. Up the uphill climb.
The uphill climb, okay. Well, we were at Sturgis, and as tradition would have it, we go to the hamster lunch on Thursday in Spearfish, and Karlee was going with me. And then afterwards, Karlee and I would get to come back and just hang out, right? We're walking down Main Street, or on Lozelle, I guess it was, and Indian had their display up there. And Karlee was drawn like a magnet to these Scout motorcycles.
Because I'm this tall.
Yeah, because you're that tall. Yeah, well, now you're this tall, so you've grown. But the idea was, she just loved the small stature of the bike. On the way home, I called Robert Pandya, who was then with Indian, and he said, oh man, that'd be perfect. Karlee's our demographic. These are perfect for short riders, for women riders. They've got lots of power. These bikes are awesome. She would love it. Can you pick one up? Well, I was already 30 miles out of town. Guess what? We turned around and went right back, picked it up, and then Karlee was able to customize the first ever Scout in the nation. And this is it. And you still have it.
Yes. With stipulations of making it just like aesthetic upgrades. Like nothing crazy. Don't get into any of the frame. Don't get into the motor. Don't anything. Just make it aesthetic. So if someone wanted to get one of these, they could easily bolt on some parts.
And we were supposed to debut this thing in Long Beach, California. And then suddenly they changed the game on us. And we had to go debut this thing. Yeah, in New York City at the Javits Center. And tell them why New York's not your favorite.
I don't know. It's just too much. I'm going to not be mean today.
No, okay, let's be honest. Karlee's birthday is 9/11. Okay? And so when she was 8 years old, she couldn't understand why people were sad on her birthday.
What do you call that? Trauma?
Yeah, it was TV trauma, right? Because everybody remembers that moment. And so you went there, you killed it at the Javits Center, you presented your bike, and I wasn't even there to be moral support because I was debuting a bike for Victory just down the way. And as the press launch goes, they go here, here, and here, and it goes super fast.
It was cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
One of the best experiences.
Yeah, tell them what happened.
Well, I mean, so there was a lot of people. I do not do this, but Mark Wahlberg maybe sat on it. Just saying.
It was unbelievable. So Mark Wahlberg came in, sat on Karlee's bike, and I was panicked because I'm like, I don't know what she's going to say. I mean, she's not that old at that point, right? And she's just standing there chatting it up with Mark Wahlberg, and all these people are gathering around, and everybody's like, Mark, you have to go. Come on, we got to go. Next, we got to go. We got to go to the next bike. We got to go to the next thing. And he's too busy talking to Karlee saying, could you build me one of these for the movie? He loved this motorcycle.
Yeah, he looked good on it.
He looked good on it? Okay. So we used Olin's rear shocks. Karlee.
My good friend out of Hartford, South Dakota.
Karlee made the pipe for it, made that cool little heat shield and everything for it. But this kicked off a ton of parts for us because we actually sell these number plates. We sell this rear fender kit as an outrider rear fender. That allows you to put a 180 on a 5.5-inch rim. And then we used an outrider front fender, our classic handlebars. And then what we don't make is this number plate with the cool little off-road light. That's not a thing. But many of you, maybe have never even seen our Indian catalog. There's a Scout that we did for this. It's called the Spirit of Sturgis. I don't know where it's living now, but we did it as a tribute to Pappy Hoyle's bike, and his race bike was number 56. So this bike is the red and cream colors that Pappy Hoyle's first initial Indian that he started Sturgis and the whole rally with. This is a tribute to that bike. You can go online, ask us for the catalog. It's a wicked catalog, has everything in there from Challenger to Chieftain. We got a lot of parts for Indians, more than most, honestly, because we've been doing it so long. Recently, we bought the Wedge fairing from my good friend Bill Blackmore, and someone has a problem with that. What's the problem?
I need one.
Okay, so that's all it is. I need one. Outriders here, we have this little black Scout over here that has the Wedge fairing on it. This particular one has the traditional round headlights. We have another one with a more modern LED headlight in it. So you're going to see this bike coming in the future to have this fairing on it. It will still retain this paint job because this is the original custom Scout, period. And that takes us over to old number 4. Number 4 is just that. It's VIN number 4. This Scout is 0004, and we're excited about that. This is a Metzler tire on, I believe this wheel is called PS2, but they're from our friends at SMT Wheel. It's a 180 rear, so we're gonna take this little 150 off the back of this Scout, and you're gonna get this profile of tire. This Scout has everything on it, was normal, stock, just black Scout, right? So these are stock wheels, has the Fox upgraded Indian shocks, and a Bassani 2-in-1, which is no longer available. So this is even more rare now. A couple of things you're gonna see is we're gonna put our Outrider risers on this bike, Outrider front fender, Outrider rear fender, and all this glorious paint that's sitting right here was done by Eric Solario of Hollister Power Sports. So those guys are a partner of ours. Thanks to Ray and Eric for knocking this paint job out of the park. It's super cool. And just like that, Ryan and Danny are gonna make this baby over. It's Transformation Tuesday. Watch this. We're not done with this little guy. Our team put together these wicked risers that go right down in that slot in the bottom, come up. This is the first version, the sample version, if you will. So I kept these at my desk. They're not chromed yet. They're not polished yet. They're not anodized yet, but I'm gonna do something with these. So don't give up on old number 4 here. We're not done just yet. Stay tuned and get clocked.